Okay then, in this video I would like to give you a quick tour of the AWS Management Console. So this is a page you see when you sign in to your account. So this is AWS Management Console. And in here on top we have this kind of black square which is called a navigation bar. And on the top left corner we have this AWS icon. And this AWS icon takes us to the AWS Management Console. So if I click on this one, nothing happens because I'm already on the AWS Management Console page. But if I go to, for instance, EC2, so don't worry about this EC2 right now. So then if I want to go back to AWS Management Console, so I can simply click on this one. And then this icon will take me to the AWS Management Console. So then I have here services. So if you click on the services, you can find a list of all available AWS services. So I can scroll down a little bit. So these are all available AWS services. So for instance, here I have compute, and under compute we have several compute services, we have storage services, database services, etc. and etc. And I can view these AWS services in two ways. The first one is group. So if you click on this group, this will allow you to see AWS services by category. In other words, it will just group AWS services by category. So here we have compute category, and under compute we have compute services. We have storage category, and under the storage category we have storage services, and etc. And if you click on this one, A to Z, so you can see AWS services in an alphabetical listing. So in other words, for instance, these are all AWS services that start with A. Or in other words, in here, another example, here is we have all AWS services that start with a letter C, etc. and etc. And we also have here a search box. And this search box is really good if you know a name of the AWS service. So for instance, you can type in here Athena, and then it will provide a result. So it found this Athena service, and I can simply click on this result, and then it will take me to the page of the Athena, or I can write EC2, right? So here you can read EC2, and this is a virtual. This service relates to virtual servers in the cloud. So EC2 is the name of the AWS service, and the below one is a short description. So then we have resource groups, and if I click on this one, you can see that we can create a group. So, and these resource groups allow you to group AWS services. In other words, I can create a group and assign AWS services to that group, and then it will allow me to manage those services as a group. So for now, don't worry about these resource groups. Just understand that you can create a group, assign AWS services to that group, and then it allows you just to manage them as a group. So then here we have this kind of pin icon, and this pin icon allows you to add shortcuts to the navigation bar. And remember, this is a navigation bar, and I can add shortcuts. I can add shortcuts to the navigation bar. So for instance, let's say I use CloudFormation a lot. So I can add a shortcut to this service like this. So, or I use Lambda. So I can add it to my navigation bar. So that means I have now a shortcut to these services. So, and if you want to remove these shortcuts from your navigation bar, you can simply drop them back like this. So, and let me close this pin icon. Then here we have bell icon, and this bell icon provides information about alerts. like open issues. So let me give you one example. Let's say there is an issue with the data center. So in that case, you'll be notified in here. All right. So currently there is no issues, or there are no any known schedule changes, etc. and etc. So then here we have account name. In my case, this account name is Ikram AWS Cloud. So if you click on this one, it will take you to the pages relating to your AWS account. So for instance, my account, my billing dashboard, my security credentials, and you can also sign out of your account in here. So then we have here region, and here you can change regions. So for instance, currently I have selected Asia Pacific Sydney. If I want, I can change it to for instance, US East Ohio. Or if I want, so let me just, okay, now it's in US East Ohio. So if I want, I can change it to Canada Central, like this. So that means now it is in Canada Central. So that means if I launch any AWS services, my services will be launched in this region. In other words, my services will be launched in Canada Central. All right. So then I have here support, and this support takes you to the pages relating to AWS Support Center or documentation, etc. So if you want to find documentation relating to AWS, you can, for instance, simply click on this one. Let me open this one in a new tab. So like this. So, and now you have AWS documentation. All right. So that's all about support. So then here we have, below this navigation bar, we have a main part. And this main part changes based on your selection. So for instance, if I go to services and if I select EC2, so this main part will be changed accordingly. So in other words, it will just show information about EC2, right? So if I click on this AWS icon, so this main part will be changed accordingly. So now I would like to show you how to sign out of your account. So if you want to sign out of your account, what you need to do is you need to go to your account name. In my case, it's Ikram AWS Cloud. So I will click on this one, and then here you have sign out option, right? So simply click on this one, and then it will sign you out. So as you can see now, it says you are now logged out. So if I wanna log in or sign in to my console, so I can click on this one. So in other words, on this sign in to the console icon, like this, or button. So I click on this button, and then it will take me to the sign in page. And in here, again, I need to specify whether I want to sign in as a root user or an IAM user. I don't have an IAM user right now, right? So that's why for now, just select root user. So then in here, we need to specify our root user email address. So we did this one in the previous tutorial. So you should know how to sign in to your account. Just I'm showing you one more time. Then type your password. And now, so now I have signed it in into my account. So that's how you sign in and as well as sign out of your account. So basically that's it regarding this video, and I will see you in the next one.